What's up guys, it's Sharpest Gaming here with Robin, and today we're doing a kind of different video. Another thing that I'm into besides video gaming and technology is actually card gaming and TCGs. So today I'm going to be doing a full box opening of the somewhat new Nissa versus Nixilis duel deck. Now, I'm very excited to be opening this today. Hopefully there'll be a lot of good cards in here that can be used in various decks. And included is 260 card decks, 10 tokens, which will be interesting. Excited to see what's in there. 2 deck boxes, which are just the little paper like junk deck boxes, but you know, they sometimes have some cool arts on there. And a strategy insert. I have no idea what that is. And obviously reference book, and then actually 2 spin downs, so that's kind of nice. I'll give you a close-up of all the cards in just a second. In the future, you guys, if you guys like this, I can do pack openings, box openings, anything you guys like. Just let me know in the comments, and make sure you like and subscribe below, and let's get on with this review. Alright guys, now with a change of camera angle, we're going to get this box opened right away. Now, a couple things that I would like to say about duel decks themselves are they're really good for players to get into the game, actually, because these decks are fairly cheap. They're not that expensive. I'm pretty sure I picked this one up for like 18, 16, around there, and you can probably find it even cheaper on Amazon, so they're really nice. And especially if you get ones like that I got, the Nissa versus Nixilis, or any ones with Planeswalkers, you're already opening yourself up into the Planeswalker world, so that's really nice. And these cards do allow you to get a starter basis for even deck building, because you get a sense of using your own deck and figuring out what cards are not good and what cards are good to keep, and a basis for even strategy. So that's really nice. Now that we got it open here, let's remove the contents. Alright, so, that kind of came off very fast. Before we get to the cards, rules reference and everything here. Deck box 1. Some nice green art with Nissa on it. Nice. And second deck box, some dark art. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's the exact same front art, just different back art with Nixilis. Let's compare that real quickly. Yep, exactly the same art. Wow. That's kind of disappointing. And then this is a quick reference book, so nothing major there. 2 spin downs we got. These are actually pretty cool. We got a blue and white speckled and a red and I think black speckled, so that's kind of nice. We'll set those off to the side. Now, I don't know if those are the exact same for every single one. Tell me in the comments, or, you know, if I just unbox another one of these, I'll find out myself. But now we got the cards. I'll aim this a little bit more down so we can see all the cards in depth. Alright, so first we'll start with Nixilis. And so as you can see, he is a 5-cost. And you can see his abilities right there. In my opinion, he is okay. I mean, nothing major there. Probably could be used in some strategies, but I can't see any real resemblance with any actual like standard decks or modern decks that are in the works right now that could be used for. But you know, something could pop up, and that could be, you know, the next best card. I don't know. But anyway, then we got Nissa right here. Let me adjust my lighting real quick so there's not so much of a shadow. And there we go, that looks a little bit better. Now, also to note, these are foils, so that is actually really nice that you get 2 straight up Planeswalker foils out of the box. And she's actually a 3 cost, which is really nice. Nissa, I'm actually kind of liking a little bit more. She has some more interesting abilities to note. We'll go over the green deck, or the Nissa deck, first. So, first out of the box, we have Abundance, which is a rare. You get a total of 5 rares straight out of the box, and then obviously the mythics for the Planeswalkers. Cloud Thresher, creature. Oran Heath Hydra, creature. Thicket Elemental, creature. And Mosswort Bridge as a land. So that's kind of interesting. Those are all our rares we get. So we'll set those off to the side. And then it looks like we have just a mix of different cards here. Now, I am already noticing just by flipping through a couple that some are reprinted, so that's kind of nice. We have 2 copies of Scythe Leopard, sorry. Creature. 2 copies of Elvish Visionary, right there, creature, again. Next we got a Oran Reef Invoker, creature. Then 2 Thornweld Archers, or Thornwield, either one, not sure. Creature. Nissa's Chosen, creature. Oh, cards are kind of sticking together there. 2 copies of Kinnal Woodreaders. Kittanal, not sure how to pronounce that one. Next, 2 copies of Civic Wayfinder, creature. Then we have Fertilid. Fertilid. It seems like this deck and a lot of the creatures actually revolve around 1/1 counters, so that's kind of interesting. +1/+1 counters. Gilt Leaf Seer, creature. Wood Elves, creature. Blairhorn, creature. Remember, that's a reprint, definitely. Saddleback Lyjack. Woodborne Behemoth. There are cards sticking to this one. Sorry, guys. Brand new out of the package. All the cards are sticking together. It's kind of interesting. I haven't encountered that. Jedi Lifestreeter. It's kind of interesting. Giant tree creature. Ogokronal Warrior, creature. Walker of the Grove, creature. And I think that's actually it for creatures, so quite a lot of creatures. Crop Rotation, instant. Vines of the Recluse, instant. 2 copies of that one. Gia's Blessing, sorcery. Natural Connection, instant. Seek the Horizon, sorcery. 2 of the Fertile Thicket, land. 2 of the Colony Garden. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. and 1 treetop village. And then let's check how many forests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it looks like we're running 18 forests. Hopefully I'm counting that correctly, because honestly every single one of these cards is sticking together. And then we get 4 of the plant tokens, which that's actually some pretty nice art there. So that's what we get for the green deck. Let me just get everything back together here so we can put it in one nice stack. Alright, and we'll set that off. Now moving on to the black deck. For our rares, we have Discretion Demon, creature, Spoiler of Souls, creature, Indulgent Tormentor, creature, Pestilence Demon, creature, Priest of the Bloodright, creature, 2 of the Carrier Thralls, creature, Fitted Imp, creature, and then we have 1 Foul Imp, creature, 2 Blister Grubs, creature, 1 Giant Scorpion, that's definitely a reprint, Cavader Imp, or Cadaver Imp, sorry, read it wrong. That one was a creature. Balagid Scorpion, Squelching Leeches, creature, Renegade Demon, creature, and that's it for the creatures. Now we got Disfigure. It's definitely a reprint. Innocent Blood, sorcery. Myers Troll, sorcery. 2 Quest for the Gravelords, sorcery. Alder's Reap, instant. Or no, sorry. Quest for the Gravelord is an enchantment, sorry. Alder's Reap, instant. Doomblade, definitely a reprint. Different art though. It's kind of nice. I haven't seen this art. If they have this, it's actually pretty cool art. Instant. Grim Discovery, sorcery. Shadows of the Past, enchantment. And then Smallpox, sorcery. Hallowed Pact, enchantment. Hideous End, instant. Ambition's Coast, sorcery. Tendrils of Corruption, instant. And Demon's Grasp, sorcery. And then for lands, we have 2 Leech-Ridden Swamps. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 swamps. All with, I believe, reprinted art. So nothing new there. And then we have, whoa, this is kind of different. 2 Eldrazi Scorns tokens. 1 Demon token. 1 Zombie Giant token with 3 mouths there. That's kind of interesting. And then 1 Nixilis emblem. So that's the black deck, you guys. Both decks looking fair. definitely having a lot of different cards. Not a single 3 of or 4 of, only 1s and 2 ofs. So, those are what the 2 decks are looking like. Let's shoot to my final thoughts. Alright guys, my final thoughts on the Nissa versus Nixilis duel deck. So, pros. The decks look actually really cool. Lots of interesting cards. The Nissa deck seems like it has quite a few cards that deal with 1/1 counters, +1/+1 counters, which looks interesting. And the Nixilis deck is what it looks like to be focused towards high-cost creatures and hopefully just overloading your opponent. Now, I have not played with these decks, just fully got them out of the box right now, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to a playtest with these, because they seem like good decks, and even if some cards don't work at all with this deck, there's obvious cards that can be put in to substitute. So this deck, I'm already liking for new players, because that's really good for them to get cards that work, but then some that don't work, so you can get a good feel of deck building and changing the cards in your deck, and that's really good. Cons for me is obviously these decks only include 1s and 2 copies of each card except for lands. Now, the reason I don't like this is if you're playing these decks, you're really not getting any consistency. If you're seeing any like tournament decks, they're running 4 copies and 3 copies of every card, regardless of what it is. So, there's really 0 consistency with these decks, which is what we're seeing in a lot of decks recently, which is kind of bothersome, but and actually hurts new players, because they're not actually getting a feel for really strategizing, because if they're only going to draw that card once, it's like a 1 in 60 chance of drawing that card again. So, I mean, honestly, you could modify it, obviously, and put 4 copies of a lot of cards in these decks, but by that point, you would just want to change out a lot of cards in the deck. Otherwise, guys, looks like a really, really fun deck to try out. Like I said before, obviously the 2 Planeswalkers are really nice. Now, one thing to note about the dual decks, not everyone does come with a Planeswalker, so if you're just, like, I don't know, going on eBay and just buying these, like, blindly, I guess, you're not guaranteed a Planeswalker. I mean, do some research into that. Or if you don't want a Planeswalker, that's perfectly fine. The ones without Planeswalkers are pretty good too. The only part with the Planeswalker ones is you are getting a feel for the Planeswalkers, which is really nice. And otherwise, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Like I said, if you want to see more TCGs and other stuff, post it down in the comments. If you like this video, obviously like it and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.